Hey guys, Mika here, and it's been quite a few years being here doing sound samples here at Ukulele Friend, and every so often you come across something so special that you're almost sad that you're doing the sound sample because you know that it's gonna go far away from me being able to play it. This is one of those instruments where I picked it up and I haven't put it down since starting this recording, and this is so extremely special, and it's one of my all-time favorite brands or luthiers who makes this custom Lymana from Lyman. But this is just one of like this ukulele is phenomenal. So I'm gonna try keep the talking short because I want to go ahead and try to make this extra long with some playing just to showcase how special this instrument is. So this is a custom tenor Lymana ukulele, one of my favorite brands. It's not super mainstream. A lot of people might not be aware of this brand, but if you know, this is not only this ukulele, but his other ukes are just really amazing stuff. Build quality, playability, the sound is just hits all the right notes for me personally anyways in my subjectiveness to sound. But this is a tenor size custom master grade koa on the front, sides, and back. Just really beautiful. You have the sapwood, you have just that nice detail with how it figures right here, and then you can see the darker sides on the outside. It gets a little lighter of the orange, darker here in the middle towards the center, and then of course some of that sapwood in the center, along with this nice back end strip running through the back of the instrument. We have real basic white purfling that wraps around the entire instrument on the back, along with its binding on the back and the front if it's tortoise shell. So this nice kind of lighter red tortoise shell binding on the back and the front, again wrapped around with that white purfling, so it makes it really nice and neat looking. And then looking on the front, beautiful Paua abalone shell that wraps all the way around the body, around the rosette itself, again with that white purfling, and then we have the red purfling as well around the rosette, and even on the inside alongside the Paua abalone shell. Beautiful stuff. This is quite the decked out Lymana instrument because some of them don't go all out like this. We have some beautiful fret markers here on the fretboard as well, but this is a pretty premium product from Lymana. We have a ebony bridge fretboard as well as the headstock with the Lymana signature up here, and then the L for the Lymana and mother of pearl. Honduran mahogany gloss finish neck here, and then black and gold Goto tuners. Some of my favorites to put on an instrument. So all in all, as I've said many times before, over here at Ukulele Friend, this is like a musician's instrument. It's not, it's not too crazy looking in terms of it's distracting because there is like, really beautiful inlay work or stuff on the headstock or like, super, cool things going on. It's just really simple in terms of like this. You just have beautiful curly koa. You have nice abalone shell around the whole entire body. Me and a lot of other ukulele players are big fans of just having abalone on the instrument. Again, just really beautiful. The wood really speaks and shines for itself. Again, nice little appointments of the inlay markers, on fret 3, 5, 7, 10, 12, as well as the 15, 14 frets to the body. You also have your fret markers here on the side in mother of pearl on the same fret markers. And then for this ukulele, you do have a flat fretboard, it's a non-radius fretboard, but what's cool about this is that this has the 0 fret fretboard right here. So for those of you who are not familiar with what a 0 fret is or what the purpose or function of it is, it's essentially rather than the string resting in the nut right here, this white part of the instrument, it's still sitting in it, but the cutoff of the sound actually occurs on this 0 fret right here. So if this 0 fret wasn't here, the string cutoff sound would be resting in the nut, meaning that if you're trying to say you're pressing a bar chord on the first fret, some of you might have experienced this, maybe with some of your ukes, but you might find yourself pressing a little harder for your bar chords, or if you're pressing any fret on any string on the first fret, you might have to be pressing a little harder because the distance of how high the string is sitting in the nut could be quite high. So by having this 0 fret, you're actually lowering the distance, and you're making the amount of pressure that you have to press on the first fret no different than, say, the second fret right next door. So very advantageous to have a 0 fret, because for me personally, when I'm playing this, I can just feel like I don't have to press extra hard, because it's sitting in a nut. And I'm not saying this is something that occurs on all instruments. It's one of those, like, if the instrument has it, it has it. But by having the 0 fret, it just feels very comfortable to go ahead and bar or do whatever you want to do on that very first fret. But outside of that, again, just a very clean instrument. I'm absolutely in love and infatuated with the woods on here, the book matching set on the front, and on the back. Just really top notch stuff that you can find on ukuleles. So the sound, it's very rare for me to say this, but this has almost, or literally anything, or not anything. This has everything that I would want in an ukulele, that I would want to have for me personally. It hits and checks all the boxes. I was trying to ask myself, like, is there anything that I could change so that I could like it even more? And I'm just having a hard time trying to figure out, like, oh, I need a little more sustain, or I need a little more sweetness, or I need a little more low end, or I need more note separation between the strings, and I really just can't find anything. This instrument just checks all of my boxes personally, and I played a lot of instruments over the years, and this one is just quite special. That sweetness, around the middle of the fretboard, that fret 5 to 7. If you're playing up here in the 10 to 12, just so sweet. You play this high C chord, just absolutely perfect. If I pluck on the A string, the sustain, the vibrato, the E string, the sustain, it's just so clean. It's so sweet. It's so indicative of koa getting a nice sweet sound. Like, listen to that 10th fret. It's just ear candy. Like, it just sits in that pocket. It just oozes tone. It's so clean. The note articulation on each string, it's so clean. The intonation's perfect. It's like pretty much a perfect instrument to my ears. So this is just an absolutely phenomenal instrument. This is a masterclass of an instrument, of what an ukulele can sound like. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and go on a journey with this ukulele, and I'll see you on the other side. So here we go. does everything. It's just such a joy. It makes my heart warm. It makes me feel warm on the inside. Um, it moves me. This instrument moves me. It's very special. So I'm gonna keep going. It's not over yet. So here we go. Beautiful stuff. So I'll go ahead and finish off with some strumming, so I don't want to be too biased, only playing fingerstyle on this. So here we go.